Hey guys, I said I was gonna go live at 10. I was supposed to go live a little bit earlier, but y'all know how life be, right? Life be life. So everybody come on in. Oh wait, let me get my headphones so I can make sure y'all can hear me. Right, I hope it do not. Hey Patricia, can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up or something to let me know that you can hear me. All right, while I wait for you to let me know that you can hear me, we're gonna be talking about 2025, y'all, because there's are tons of questions. So we're going to be talking about 2025. Let me just make sure this is turned up. Okay, maybe a little bit better. But we're going to be talking about 2025, what to look forward to, particularly finances, given the new incoming president. And then we're going to talk a little bit about hoodoo and the confusion of it all and the whole purpose of why I made this private group. All right. Hey Patricia, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. And how are you doing, sister? You doing all right? Yeah, I could never shuffle cards, even when playing spades or big whist. I could never do that. Whatever that thing that everybody be doing, I could never do that. I don't know why. I could never do that. Maybe it's because I always had nails. I don't know. But I could never make it go, when people do their hands like that. I could never do that. I could never do that. I don't know why. It's just not in me to do. Seems like these cards are ready to talk. Tracy, can you hear me? Can you tell me if you can hear me? Can you give me a yes? Let me know if you can hear me or not. I don't really know how to share and all of that in here. But Tracy, can you hear me? Let me know. I usually have my other phone charged and ready to go, but with today being so dreary and rainy, I was out of it today. Had to go get my nails done and a bunch of other stuff. But okay, so let's talk about 2025 and let's see what's really going on. I don't even know if I can be heard, but yeah, that's okay. Let's pull some cards. So, so one of the big questions that I get a lot about what's happening in 2025 is financing, right? So we're going to talk about that first. So let's see. We're going to do 1 to 2 card pulls in retrospect to financing for the collective, if you will. Hey, for the collective, right? We're going to do 1 to 2 card pulls. Are you able to hear me, sis? That's the big question, because we already know that we're in a recession, and with old boy talking real crazy about tariffs and the Panama Canal, and you know it's about to get really, really hectic. So intuitively, yes, it's gonna be hectic, right? But you know in the midst of that storm, and in the midst of what seems like a chaotic mess, because we are so uniquely divined individuals, all will be okay. A lot of us are about to walk into our season. So I don't need no one to be discouraged about it, because your season is on the way. A lot of times we sit and think. hmm A lot of times we sit and think, how much more do I got to take? You know, Lord, what's going on? We see the memes every year. I'm calling God right now to let him know I'm not the strongest one. Please don't choose me this year. Right. But actually, it is the season, right? You just have to be able to see those blessings, right? And be able to acknowledge it, right? So let's see, 2025 finance wise. You see what I'm saying? So, as I stated, it is your season. There will be a time of like this shit is crazy, right? It will be. But we got the King of Pentacles, right? And then we got Justice. This is a major iconic card. So please understand that you will be in your financial stability state that is meant for you and you solely. Please don't look at it as you need to be competing with the Joneses, because then you won't win that way, right? The only competition is yourself, and understanding that 1 to 2 steps is a blessing, because there's not many that has the opportunity to do that. And when I told you before that you are saying, Lord, why me? Always me, right? When is my blessings coming? Why do I always have to get the strongest lesson? Well, baby, God is telling you it's on the way. It is on the way. Like I said, you know, this is for the collective, but I feel like, I don't know, those that watch the replay, I need you to understand that if you're not here during the live, that's okay. This is for you too. You understand? You're almost there. I feel like there are even people that are working towards their financial goal, right? In retrospect to maybe fixing up your credit, tightening up that belt in retrospect to how you spend, you're starting to see money differently than when you did when you was in your 20s, right? You don't see money like that anymore. So the goal is to be in that King of Pentacle energy, and you're on your way. Also, for the Justice card, right? I just want to step it back because this feels a little personal when it comes to the Justice card. And when I say personal, directly for the person that this is meant for, right? Um, and whether you're here during the live or not, it doesn't matter. This is for you. There is something that you've been seeking and crying internally about, and you're just now becoming more vocal about it. And I want to let you know that that peace and that justice that you seek is on the way. Again, you got to have the eyes to see it, the ears to hear it, and the heart to receive it. Please keep that in mind. Please. I don't know who it's for, but it's for somebody. Keep that in mind. Justice in the form of coming from your ancestors, or from source, or from the universe, spirit guides, whatever you are calling it on your journey. Um, you have to be mindful of what that looks like, okay? Because these types of justices doesn't look like how man, right, sees justice, right? There will be a peace that will come from it as well. You will have a sense of like a sigh, like, oh, wow, like that. Like, oh, okay, I can breathe. I can sleep better. I can actually get one of those sleeps where you knocked out snoring and and the jewel is about a mile long. This is what this is also given for. I don't know who it is, but this is what it is. Okay. Um, Finances for 2025 is going to be a renewed thing for a lot of us, right? It's going to be a renewed understanding. I even have a sense that some people, wow, wow, okay. So we got the judgment card, another major icona. So again, we need to keep these things in mind that these two cards right here are life-changing things. Life-changing things when it comes to financing, right? And again, this also gave the Justice card gave a personal sense of relief and justice. This Judgment card is letting you know, again, remember I said in the midst of all that chaos, all will be fine. All will be fine. You just need to keep your head about yourself. Keep your head about yourself. Stay the course. Don't bend or weaver, right? Don't do that because, you know, what's the saying? The blessing is right around the corner, y'all. The blessing is right around the corner. Um, and I know that it's going to seem rough. It's going to seem terrible. But no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, sir. It'll be fine. Fine. Financially, how? So let's let's break this down paycheck wise. Let's break this down week by week or 2 weeks or or bi-weekly or however it is your money flows, right? How would it look in your paycheck and how are you able to make that into what it what the cards are reading, right? Again, I think that you was already in that preparatory state with the not seeing money the way you used to see it, understanding that you are no longer a workhorse, understanding that you're not a work mule. So now you start to see things a little different. So even when it comes to the things that you are accepting, you're going to be rejecting those things because they're not going to be satisfactory and it's not going to come towards the goal. So when it comes to your paycheck, you'll start to see the difference in how you start to maneuver the money. Anywhere between 6 to 9 months, right? Once the year started, you'll start to see an even bigger difference because there's some of us who are a little bit more financial savvy and they're going to start doing things when it comes time to taxes, right? You're going to start to want to place things in different places, things that you never did before, maybe in an IRA and, you know, things of that nature. But your paycheck is going to look different. It's going to be able to spend different. And that's because you yourself are now different in retrospect to how you see money and how you're going to start maneuvering money inside your house, right? Inside of you, inside your bank account, the things that you buy and the things that you actually hold near and dear. These things are like childish things now. So your paycheck will look a whole lot different. It'll feel a whole lot different. And that's again because your goal is the King of Pentacle energy. And you're going to feel righteous about it, right? You're going to feel righteous about it and you're going to continue that path. And by the end of the year, you're going to be like, wow, I did it, right? It's going to give you such a sense of accomplishment that you actually was able to save $1,000, something that you never considered to do before, right? You never considered that. But the end of this year, towards the end of this year, your mindset literally changed. Your mindset flipped. You was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I want to do this. I want a house. I want this. I want that. Things that you know do not appreciate and value. These are the things now that are your goals. So you're actively doing that. And like I said, 6 to 9 months into the year, it's gonna look different. It's gonna look different. It's gonna feel different, and that's all because you set your mind to that difference. So, and again, this personal justice here, this is going to be the icing on the cake. It's going to be like the most bittersweet thing in the world, right? I don't know why this has such a strong, but whoever this is for, I want you to know that you are loved and you have always been loved, and all will be fine. It will be fine. Now, there's something that I do want to talk about, guys, because I have been woken up in the middle of the night when it comes to these visions and dreams, right? And I don't need the cards for this because they already gave it to me. We're going to talk about our incoming person for 2025 that's going to be taking over our government, right? There's a lot of wicked things that are going on in retrospect to him. I can tell you that I clearly foresee that he will not be here the whole year, right? I clearly foresee that. Um, it's not going to work. Um, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I do know that if it doesn't happen, he's not. His term is not going to be completed. Let me just say that because that is what they truly gave me. My last video, I informed you that all the way until January 25th is it's a very thin veil, right? So what that means is that you're going to start seeing things that are unusual for some, right? But pretty normal for others, because the veil is super thin. We are also ascending to the seventh dimension, which is the reason why we're going to start seeing these unusual things, as you want to call them. You're going to see a lot of propaganda coming out there about UFOs, spacecrafts, aliens. I don't know if this is stuff that I can say on here or not, but if you're able to pick up what I'm putting down, great. But there's going to be a lot of that happening, guys. So like I told you in my last video, I really need for you guys to protect and cleanse, or cleanse and protect. Cleanse and protect in that order. I need you to wrap up your heads with light colors. Keep yourself protected and grounded. If you're not usually outside, I need you outside barefoot for at least 20 minutes a day to keep you grounded so that, things that may pop up, you're not frightened, you're not spooked, you're not scared, you're not like, oh my God, oh my God. No, I don't want that for you. So cleanse, protect. Cleanse, protect in that order. Cover your head when you are outside. I need you cleansing your home. I need you cleansing your space, right? Even your workspace, right? There's quick little things that you can do, to cleanse out your workspace if you work out, in society, amongst other humans, right? There's sprays of uh, sage, sprays of Palo Santos. There are sprays that you can just, say your little one too and go about today. Amethyst is a very good protection. Crystals, if you're into crystals, you can always keep it on your desk, right? A plant, a plant in your office is very good to have as well. These are just subtle little things that I don't think would bother the workplace to keep you protected and, to keep you grounded. These are a couple of things I wanted to talk about as well in this live. I wanted to let you guys know Coming into the 2025 new year, I am offering um, protection jars and money jars. I'm going to do that um, Monday. I'm going to post some information if you guys want to be involved in that with my other clients because I try to do it every year, but sometimes it be so many. And because I like to give everything my personal best, um, I had to realize that I had to minimize a lot of things that I do because I just love so much that I try to fit everybody and everything in. So I will be offering protection and money to help further our journeys in this money growing season. Believe it or not, as crazy as the world is seeming, it is a money growing season and it's turning around for a lot of us. I don't know if anybody know that song, The Age of Aquarius, right? This is really the time of the age of Aquarius because we are ascending. We are ascending because I hate to say the word woke, but the energy of people is no longer, living underneath a rock. That's not the energy of the masses, right? No one wants to be oppressed. No one is really, closing their eyes and turning the other cheek and, looking the other way because it doesn't personally affect them. That is not the massive energy that is going forth. So, which is allowing us to ascend as well, right? Because there's growth and elevation in all things, even in this plane. There is that growth and it is that elevation. So, again, we are ascending to that seventh dimension. And so, with the veil being so thin, there will be a variety of things that we will be seeing. Okay. So, the next thing, guys, that I wanted to talk about, hey, boo, is traditions. With the New Year's coming up, everybody wants to do traditions, right? Um, so cooking collard greens and black eyed peas and hopping johns and cleaning your house, washing your clothes, stuff like that. See, guys, these things are very traditional hoodoo. Very traditional hoodoo, right? More so southern hoodoo, right? Because there's four regions of hoodoo, and we'll get into them. A lot of the things that you're seeing that people doing, oh, I gotta wash my clothes, I gotta clean my house, I gotta cook this, right? And then I gotta have a man make sure a man walk through my door at 12 o'clock. You know, this is Southern hoodoo. Okay, this is Southern hoodoo. And when I say Southern, I mean Southern. All of the four ranges, excuse me, of hoodoo is Southern, right? And all of them have an aspect of that concept, okay? All of them. So, but right now we're only talking about the Southern part of it, in depth of it. I did make a post about the 12 grapes and eating the 12 grapes at 12 underneath the table with the red panties, right? Let's go ahead and jump into that real quick. That is not hoodoo. That is Santa Maria, right? That is more Spanish culture than it is African American culture. And it actually derives from French culture, right? Because this is where the whole popping champagne at 12, that comes from the French, right? Because they were the rich and they would pop champagne at 12. And so what did the slaves in that part of the world do, which was transferred over to our Spanish countries? They couldn't afford the wine, the champagne, so they took grapes, right? And they would take 12 grapes, so one grape for each month in the year, right? And because the grape was considered such a hierarchy of food, they had to sneak and eat it underneath the table, right? Now, it had nothing to do with relationships. It had everything to do with luck and prosperity. It had nothing to do with a relationship. The 12 grapes under the table is not about relationships. It's about your wishes, your dreams, your money, your financial stability, right? So it's not solely about, oh, I'm going to get a man. No. You got to remember that a lot of our ancestors, they were married. So that wasn't on their mind, right? A man. No, I want to be free. I want my children to be educated. I want to be able to have my own. This is the mindset, right? So they would eat 12 grapes within a minute and say a prayer or a wish with each grape that they ate. Now, that is not African American hoodoo tradition. It is not. It is not. This is one of the reasons why I made the group, right? Because there's so much confusion in African American hoodoo, and then you have Santa Maria, you have Ifa, you have Voodoo, right? You have the Orishas, and everyone is combining everything. And I can only imagine if I was starting my journey, the confusion in being in a lot of these Facebook books and not knowing what do I believe? Where do I study first? Like what's going on? And then on top of that, you have the judgment of it all because somebody makes a post, hey, what is a spell to keep my man? And then you have everybody, oh, why would you want to keep your man? If he don't want you, let him go, honey. Listen, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But who are you to deter somebody else from doing something that they feel that they want to do? The fact that they are producing this energy, right, means that the spell will actually work for them. And when people make up their minds and they're determined to do something, they're going to do it. So the best practitioners, right, would want to take that person and guide them, right? You want to guide them so that they're doing things correctly to where the consequence don't be so dire. So that's another reason why I made the group because I don't like judgment, right? I don't like judgment. I don't like confusion. I don't like the gatekeeping when it comes to hoodoo because hoodoo is not something that can be gate kept because it's so different and so diverse according to where and how you was brought up, right? It's such a vast thing that I don't know how you gatekeep something. It's like a recipe, right? Your grandmother and my grandmother both make the same vanilla chocolate cake, right? But her ingredients is different because of what she has available where she lives. And my grandmother's recipe is different because of the ingredients she has available where she lives. This is hoodoo. This is hoodoo. It's the same thing, but a little bit different depending on where you are and where you're from, right? So I'm not going to stay here long. I just wanted to touch on finances a little bit briefly, and I wanted to touch on hoodoo briefly, and I want to let y'all know how we're looking in 2025 and to offer you guys some useful things to do at least until January 25th. Um, and that date is very specific for me because that's the date that they gave me. So, again, cleanse, protect. Cover your head, light colors, right? Cleanse your home, cleanse yourself, cleanse your workspace, right? If you're into meditation and can actually do it, that's great. If you can't do it, that's great too. I'm not one that's really good on meditation. Um, I have 11 things going on in my mind at one time. So I'm not good with meditation. However, you have to find your niche, right? My niche is walking. I like to walk, right? And it kind of settles my mind. Or coloring by numbers. That's another thing that I do that helps settle my mind. Again, this whole Namyon, Reiki, Kyo, sitting, crisscross, applesauce. Listen, listen. It's 2024. We don't have that type of time, right? Our minds don't sit in that space because bills still need to get paid. Money needs to be made. Kids need to be taken care of. Our parents are getting older, so now we are becoming the parents to the parents. So our minds don't. Right? So we have to learn to take time for ourselves. That's most important because you can't take care of nobody else if you're not taking care of you. So please put that at the forefront of your mind at all times and each and every day. It's okay to love you first. Okay? So I'm not going to stay long. I just wanted to do this quick little live. I'm going to try to do more pop-ups every now and again. So please know that I love you. I really, really do. Hit me up anytime you like. I'm here for you guys always. Okay? I love you. Bye.